Richard Poe and Richard, who has got a question here.
Yes, Glenn. Do you see the plot that Stephen Lerner's planning to take down J.P. Morgan and the New York Stock Exchange working? And if not, do they have an alternative plan?
Oh, I think they have a million. I think they have a million of them. The stock exchange, we exposed on this program audio that we recorded Stephen Lerner, SEIU, saying he's going to take down the New York Stock Exchange and J.P. Morgan Chase. And they were going to do it by encouraging people to not pay their loans. First thing, the former Acorn, what used to be known as Acorn in New York, is already doing that. There are other groups already targeting J.P. Morgan Chase. There is a website out of Baltimore that is encouraging people, don't pay your mortgages. It's happening. It's starting to happen. Let me go to Rich over here. Hi, Rich.
Hey, Glenn. Why isn't Stephen Lerner being investigated for economic terrorism?
Anybody have it?
I could say that because I believe that it's part of the pressure from above and pressure from below strategy, which Glenn has talked about many times on this show. You can't have a revolution come up from the street just from people like Steve Lerner acting without authorization. They have to have authorization from above. You can't have a bunch of peasants with pitchforks run into the street and overturn a government. You have to have traitorous elements within the government itself who support them and protect them and prevent them from being investigated. And I would add that this Lerner fellow is not alone in practicing economic terrorism. Actually, George Soros himself has been accused by the Chinese military of being a quote-unquote financial terrorist. There was a book published in English in 2002 by two Chinese colonels called Unrestricted Warfare in its English version, and they were talking about all the different types of warfare that are now possible in the information age. They had a great deal of writing about George Soros and his activities, particularly in Southeast Asia during the so-called Asian flu collapse, and they referred to him explicitly as a financial terrorist, and they were not saying that out of hyperbole or out of showmanship. These were colonels in the Chinese army speaking militarily.
Okay. This is why I feel I have other things to do that I must, because the last thing we need are more revolutionaries on the street, and you will see what I have planned, and we'll be asking you to join me with soon. We'll be back in just a minute. Life was a complete and total wreck, but because of something that one man did about 2,000 years ago, I have my life back. Happy Easter, America. Good night.